Let's get right into it. You see the title. This is 5 Acres, No Mule. What I wanted to talk about today was the taxes, and I wanted to talk about my first payment. So I received my first letter with the installment. I had called down to Rural First, which is out of Louisville, Kentucky, and they have offices in Cincinnati, Ohio. And I called down there, and I hadn't received a letter, so I wanted to be proactive. I did not want to give a chance where I am behind the 8 ball. That's the first thing with anything, whether it's land, whether it's a house, a car. I've always done this. I try to get my account number as soon as possible so that I am able to make my first payment and cut down on some of that interest that will go on to the back end. What I ended up doing was I called the place. I asked them for the account number, verified how much I owed, and set up my payment plan. The payment plan that I do may be a little bit different than yours. They offered, I believe it's 3 to 4 different options. So the first option was for me to call over the phone. Second option was for me to mail a payment in. Third option was, I think they charge a fee if you called in and paid. You could pay online, you could call in, you could pay by check, or you could set up a automatic withdrawal from your bank. I chose neither of those. What I typically do is I will get the account number, set it up in my bank, and then that bank will mail out a check. I pay the initial upfront full payment for the first month. So I've already made my payment. Subsequently, after that, I make 2 payments a month. I split that bill in half and I average out the cost. Once I get that cost analysis, so let's say that it is $350 for the 5 acres a month. I will then send them $400 because I round up to the next whole 100 amount, and I will pay them $400. So every 2 weeks after that, subsequently, I will pay them $200. Even when I get paid 3 times a month, which is usually about twice a year, they will still get $200. What that does is it takes down some of my interest, and if I have more extra money, I think is what you want to call it, what we call it sometimes. Oh, I got an extra check. You didn't get an extra check, but I got an extra check. So you get all excited. You go shopping somewhere. You buy some crap you don't need. I don't do that. What I will do is I will take that $400, that extra check, the extra $200, and I will go into the bank, or I will call down to Rural First and tell them, can I make a $200 principal payment? I'll make a $200 principal payment. And that lowers over time those little incremental payments, that extra $50, $25, $75 over time cuts down on the amount of the loan, and it cuts down on the interest, and that's what I want to do. That was the first thing that I got set up this week. I was really excited about it. The second thing was I called about the taxes. Okay, so this, this is so, to me, this is so exciting. So remember, we went back. I did not mean to lie to you because I only gave you the information that I had at that time. When I closed, they told me that I would have $770 some odd for taxes a year. I set aside that, I think it was $800 to pay my taxes. Again, I knew that the taxes were supposed to be paid in February, which they just sent out a notice saying it was going to be March when I looked on their website. And when I called down, I reached some really nice people at the county office. I said, I want to verify what my parcel number is and how much I owe in taxes and when they are due. And then the lady said, we're sending those out next week, and you should be receiving those. But yeah, here is your parcel number. Wait for that that piece of paper to come in, and then just mail it in. You have another month or two before the taxes are due, and you can split them up between the 2 years. I said, okay, so what I need is, I think it was $700, $800 for the taxes. And she said, let me check for you. This is going to be $250. I said, $250 for, every 6 months? Or she said, no, it'll be $250 for the year. For the year? For the year? Okay, so 5 acres for me was $250 in property taxes a year. Remember that we were talking about before that a lot of people, especially me, the property taxes can go up, but raw land taxes are cheaper. There's nothing on there really to tax. When they calculated it, it came out to that much. I know people in Columbus, and depends on what county or township or whatever that you're in, some of them are paying $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 a year in property taxes and up. Out here where I live, I think my property taxes in the small town that I live in are, for my house, are about $1,200. I think they're $1,200 a year. It's not much, and it could be lower. That's a high number. It could be lower, but it just depends on the area you live in. So I just wanted to get on here, give you guys that update of what's going on, what's happening in my life. Wish you a happy Black History Month. It is February 1st right now. What will be coming next? I have promised reviews. I'm getting those together. It's slow. I did not know how long this editing would take. And even though I'm just editing out some things, it takes me a few hours. Sometimes I will roll the camera and something is wrong, or I start editing and it's gotten messed up a couple times. 10 Toes Tuesday happened to me this past Tuesday. Bear with me. The one review coming next is going to be this little mini Gerber hatchet. That's one, and we'll get into some other things shortly. But again, thank you for tuning in. There's a lot more to come. I'm trying to make time and space to get everything in and get some future content recorded for you so that we can not have a lapse in the system. There is a lot going on, especially after this election, but I needed to give you guys an update on this land. All right, well, as usual, I hope everyone out there is doing good. Day, February 1st, in the little town that I'm in, it is 33 degrees. It's going to be a high. Tomorrow it's going to be 45, so people will have sweatshirts, shorts, and shoes. With that, I think I've been rambling. I think I gave you all the information that you needed. Big Onk out.